Hey guys, come along with me today. I'm going to show you how I make my whole wheat bread. Okay, to start off, you're going to need 5 to 5.5 cups of hot tap water. You'll need 2/3 cup oil. And you'll need either 1/3 to 2/3 cup honey. I just go for the 2/3. And 1 tablespoon of salt. But for me, for this recipe, I like a little more salt. I don't know, it's just not enough salt with this mix. So I'm adding a 1/2 tablespoon as well. So if you have a Bosch on speed 1, you're gonna mix this for 30 seconds. You're gonna add 4 to 5 cups of the flour. We're gonna sprinkle this over the liquid. We're gonna just turn on the machine on a speed 1 and make it smooth. Just get it as smooth as we can. We're gonna add 3 tablespoons of SAF instant yeast. You can find this in the store. They're great to store in the freezer. That's where I keep my yeast. There we go. And then we're gonna run the machine for 30 seconds. Then we're gonna add more cups of flour to this until all the batter is off the sides of the bowl. So you're gonna end up getting between 12 and 14 cups. And I've noticed that's about right for me here in Utah. The thing about bread is it's gonna range from every area that you're in. So I'm gonna turn this on and start adding my cups and counting up to 12. So I already have 5 in here. 12, but it's not pulling away from the bowl, so I'm sure I'm going to be adding up to 14. So let's add 2 more cups. Okay, I went 16 cups. Now you're going to add about 1 to 1.5 cups of additional flour, and we're going to put the lid on. So 1 to 1/2. When you do that, you're gonna add the lid on. Okay, we're gonna turn it on speed 2 and knead the batter for 4 to 6 minutes. Usually 5 minutes is just right. So I'm gonna turn this on and set my timer. Now I have my 4 bread pans sprayed and all greased up. This recipe will do 3 loaves of bread, but I noticed the last time I made it, they still got really big, even though and they were kind of gummy, and I just like, you know what, I can make a small one and it'll be perfect. So that's what I'm gonna do today. And so now what we're gonna do, now that it's all done, is get it out, get it on the counter and form it into loaves. Now for this recipe, I do not put flour on my counter. I spray it, and I spray my hands. And I get all of this out. So it's different. They don't want you to use flour for this recipe. So I'm just gonna try to get some of the air out of it. It's a lot of dough, so you could see what I mean by, like, it really can do 4 loaves of bread. So now I'm just gonna cut this. So I'm gonna place these over here. Now the fun part is forming it into a loaf, which I'm not good at, so do not judge me. I think this is something that takes a lot of practice, but don't give up. I am so glad I learned how to make bread. So very glad. There's so many different ways I've seen people roll it out, and oh my gosh. I've not found one way that I like yet. So it is a learning. It's a learning curve for me. So we have this loaf. Ta-da! See how funky they turn out, right? You guys have seen some of my funky loaves. But that's okay. Got the gas out. This is gonna be a big loaf. I already felt that, and I did not like that. I bet I can make 2 little loaves, you guys, out of this. So I bet I could get 3 big loaves and 2 half loaves, because I don't have another pan. So that is the feeling I'm getting. It's different every time I make it. I think it depends on the weather, the humidity, all of that. I really do. And there is the other one. Okay. Feeling this one is going to be big as well. Like this batch is actually bigger than the batch that I made the other day. I don't know, it's something about the weather today. It just, I don't know what it is, but I ended up having to go up to 16 cups of flour. The other night, I only had to go up to 13. So I think it really depends on what's happening around you in your atmosphere, how hot your kitchen is, or the weather outside. It's just, it's interesting to me. So here is that loaf. And wow, this made a lot, you guys. Oh my gosh. I have really big bread loaf pans, but I necessarily don't like them huge like that. Especially if you want to bag sandwiches, it's hard to bag up. And so, oh, I forgot to do this with the other loaves. That loaf. It's different. Every time I make a loaf of bread, forming it and putting it into a loaf, it's so different. She's probably like, make up your mind. I can't. I used to have no problem making loaves. I don't know what's happened over the years, you guys. I have no idea. I've lost my technique, but that's okay. We've had bread. We've had bread. Okay. Look at that. Because of my weather today, because of everything, I would have had 4 loaves of bread, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loaves of bread, 3 big ones, 2 half ones. So what I'm gonna do, what you can, and the recipe says, is turn your oven to 150 degrees and leave the loaves in there till they double to rise for about 20 minutes. But where I live, I really don't need to do that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover them, and and just let them rise for 20 minutes. But I'm gonna keep my eye, because this one's already rising. The last time I made these, they got too big, and I do not want them to get too close to the top, because then you get that big, like, deformed mushroom looking bread. So I'm gonna cover these and I'm gonna keep a very close eye on them. So I'll show you when they're done rising. Okay, I'm liking the size of these 3, so I'm gonna put them in the oven. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. So you wanna bake these around 25 to 30 minutes, but again, it depends on your oven. So start at 20, give them a look. Ooh, here is the gorgeous bread. That's a little weird, but that's okay. Maybe if I turn it around. Ah, yeah. Look at this one. This one was the 3rd big loaf, and it turned out perfect. It's weird. These 2 are right almost too late, and look, they swell up. So you really don't need to raise your bread too high. That's my opinion. But look, and these are the 2 little ones. This one got really big. Look at this one. This one's perfect. So here are the loaves. The house smells so good. So let them cool on a wire rack. That way they don't get all yucky and gooey. And so this helps them get the bread to be really nice on the inside. So when I took them out, I don't have a thermometer. I don't know where mine went. You can tap the bottom and see if it sounds hollow. I like a really golden texture around here. So I ended up cooking them for about 5 minutes more. So they cooked for about 25 minutes. And so like I said, it depends where you are. So why don't we cut into one and see the inside? Okay guys, here it is. It's all cooled off. Cut you off a few slices. It is perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So don't make your loaves too big or they'll gum up on you and it just won't, you'll get these weird like thick gummy pieces in there. It just won't be good. But so it worked out for me today. Here it is for you. It's delicious. Smother some butter, honey butter, jam. Oh my gosh. I can eat a whole loaf by myself. So here it is, all done. I hope you enjoyed this. I would love to know how you make yours, your recipe. There's so many different recipes. But if you're not good at it, keep going because I'm not the best at it either, but I keep going and I'm learning as I go. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you guys have a good day. We'll see ya. Bye.